What is your assessment of what the Senate has voted on very, very early on Wednesday, or really late on, very early on Wednesday and late on Tuesday? The Senate finally came to an agreement. The two parties came to an agreement on a stimulus package that includes, as I said, hundreds of billions of dollars in loans and grants to corporations.
Well, I think there's some good elements and some clearly not so good elements and some unknowns. So I think we're welcoming that there's cash payments of $1,200 per adult and $500 per child, but they're only for individuals making up to 75,000 a year or families making up to 150,000. So depending on where you live, like in Hawaii, that's still not really considered like high income. That's actually like medium to low income for households, considering that housing is, over $1 million in a median in many areas. And it's just a one-time cash payment, and we'll likely have to. There's not much you can do after paying your bills after 1 month, and you might run out of food if this continues. So, that's something that might have to be revisited. They Unemployment insurance is extending for 4 months, increased benefits by 600 a week. I think that's good, including self-employed and gig workers. $100 billion into hospitals and healthcare, 150 billion in aid to state and local governments. I think that's really good. Fend off austerity, but it also provides some risk because you don't know how these governments are going to use that money. And then there's like small business and education and transit funding as well. But there is $500 billion to corporations without requirements to keep workers, and that there's no expansion of paid sick and family leave, no expansion of social security benefits, no universal health care or student debt forgiveness. There's no guarantee of free care for anyone being impacted, whether or not they have the virus. And there's $400 of funding assistance that didn't only $400 of funding assistance for elections made it in, and that was something that like the Democrats were really pushing for. So a lot of the things that we're demanding in this people's bailout is still yet to be met by
And
the president.
there's, I understand, something like $350 billion in availability of funds for loans to small businesses if they keep employees on the payroll. But you're saying that such conditions aren't being required of, say, the airline industry, which is getting not loans, but grants to the tune of $25 billion. I believe the conditionality on airlines is simply that they don't use money to, or they're not allowed to have stock buybacks, and they're